What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Guild of Calamitous Intent. What's up, Ronan?
What's up, Darkish?
Oh, nothing much. Just got done working 6 days straight.
God, that's gonna suck.
Let's see who's all in the chat right now. All right, we got Hale. What's up, Hale? Megatonic. What up, buddy?
What up, Hale?
Let's see here.
That intro always gets my head bopping and everything.
Yeah. So that was the one from my original podcast.
Okay. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was the intro I made for that. I found it last week, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Nice.
Bonus points if you get what the clock design is from.
Shit. Well, I guess I'm losing those bonus points. What is it?
Persona.
Wait, seriously? Wait, which Oh, okay. Maybe it's one of the earlier Persona games.
It's the Darkest Hour from Persona 3. Persona 3, I believe.
Yeah, Persona 3 involved that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't played it, but I did hear a lot about it, so I kind of know a little bit. But yeah, nice. Oh God, today has been quite. Sorry, not today. Just this past week has been somewhat eventful, I would say, on like the weeb side, shall we say? Now, I know I've said this before. I'm not so big on like VTubers. I know about them a little bit. I just mainly watch the clips and whatnot. Maybe on occasion.
Don't lie to me, Ronan. Don't lie to me. I've seen your Twitter.
I'll say this. I share a lot of the memes and whatnot, or the clips. But if I'm being completely honest, I never sat down and watched the full stream. Maybe one or two, just because I don't know what it is. I can't watch somebody pretending to be an anime character just do it all like for 2 or 3 hours on end. Like I can watch Eric talk, for 2-3 hours on end. I can watch him fucking play on Twitch if anything, but somebody pretending to be an anime character, I don't know, man.
The thing is that I've got to do a video on it next week.
Oh boy.
Because of the parasocial thing that I'm working on.
Yeah, I remember.
I've got to do a video on it. So I've actually at least got to watch one of them.
Oh God, that's gonna be funny. Are you looking for recommendations, or are you just gonna grab one randomly?
I'm either gonna go with Silver Veil or Iron Mouse. I don't know which one.
Oh man, of course.
Because those are the only two names I
know. Look, if I were you, I'd just go with Silver Veil then, because her name's like big right now because of the whole Hogwarts bullshit. But yeah, but actually, speaking of, there's another VTuber who also had to deal with the same harassment regarding Hogwarts, but sad news, she is unfortunately retiring now. I don't know. I'm sure you saw it on like Twitter now, but Amano Pikami, she comes from the VOMS Project company. It's a little smaller than Hololive and VShojo and whatnot, but So the real story on it is that she was on like a month-long hiatus because she was taking care of family because they got sick from the coof, shall we say. When she was coming back, she was tweeting about how she wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy because she was really excited. I think she was like a big fan, kind of like how Silvervale was. And then, of course,
Mhm.
as you would expect, the Muggles, as Andrew puts it, the Muggles all started coming out of the woodwork to basically harass this poor chick. And after that happens, she tweets a couple things saying, "All I wanted to do was just play a wizard game. I'm nothing more than, a small little tea kettle." The reason why they call her tea kettle is because whenever she laughs on stream, she sounds like a freaking tea kettle, and it's kind of funny. Um,
I got
I'm just a little tea kettle that just wanted to pretend to be a wizard. I don't want to get involved in any political arguments or anything, stuff like that. And then
you. Yeah.
we didn't hear anything from her for a couple weeks. And then yesterday we get the news that she's basically graduating, which is their way of saying that they're retiring and quitting from being a VTuber. And
Well, okay.
uh,
That's where my video was going into. It's fascinating how that shit works, right?
right.
The VTuber and actually Japanese idols.
Yep.
They
Mhm.
work off of parasocial relationships. They have to maintain it.
Yep.
That
Yep.
is the one thing about them is that they have to maintain parasocial relationships, and that's where it gets to the weird side of it. Like I threw in, Grape Coon just to give me a mental break from it. Like this shit is like doing this shit and the psychology of it fucks with you. I just want you to know that. Like reading this shit, it fucks with you, man.
If you really want to get
Does.
your mind fucked with it, you should look at the K-pop scene. Like I've, dipped my toe
Well,
into that.
that's
Not the
part of
music
the
itself, but
idols.
no, yeah,
That's
that's what
part
I
of the
mean.
idol culture that I'm
It's
going to be
the-
talking about in that video.
it's
But
like
that
that.
shit, that shit is fucking crazy.
Yes, yes, it is. It's insane. Holy crap! Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit that I don't remember what the guy's name was, but it was a guy who was obsessed with Bjork, like back in the '90s, late '90s. I'm sure you might have heard of that story. Exact. You're nodding. Your nodding tells me enough that you know everything about that. It reminds me way too much of that dude. That shit was insane, man. Holy crap.
Well, I mean, it's like so you know the story about the dude who shot Reagan, right? Who shot Ronald Reagan
Shot Ronald Reagan because of Jodie Foster. Yeah.
because he was obsessed with Jodie Foster. He was trying to impress her.
19-year-old Jodie Foster because he saw her in Taxi Driver. Oh my goodness. Jesus. What was that guy's name again? His last name started with a K, but I can't remember what it was. They made a whole American Dad episode about it and whatnot.
Yeah, there was a whole
Kinda
American
funny.
Dad episode about it.
but yeah, I remember that guy too. But
Yeah, that was some crazy shit. I mean, like the fictional character stuff. I've been doing the whole series on it, and I've been just picking and choosing what I release and what I've already recorded. But I've got like at least 6 more episodes to do.
oh wow.
Little short ones. Since I didn't do
Yeah,
this
of
in one
course.
whole video, one whole 3 or 4 hour video, I've got to space it out. And I had to because of my time, the
Right, of
time I had
course.
available to do it. But I'm gonna put them together later.
No, yeah, I think
At a
spreading
later
them out actually works pretty well, just because
You know.
you're talking about different kinds of parasocial relationships. Because I saw you
Yes.
uploaded the OnlyFans and eThoughts one. Then of course you got the VTuber stuff going on, and then you have the breather one, which is of course Grape Coon, where it's like somehow like a positive thing. Rip to my boy Grape Coon.
Grape Coon.
Oh man, Grape Coon.
Pull one out.
I definitely did. Actually, speaking of, I think I found out later today. Apparently, it's like a TOS violation if you get caught imbibing, shall we say, on Twitch. So, thank God I don't have a camera yet. None of y'all know what it was I was drinking. For all you know, it was water. All right. Juice.
Herman P.
You-
Hunter, what's up, man?
Herman, what's up?
But yeah,
What?
fucking Grape Coon, man. Grape Coon.
Rip Grape Coon.
That one was a weird one for me to find out about because I didn't know about it when it happened. You know, I didn't pay that much attention to stuff like that. But
Right.
hearing about that one, I'm like, oh man, that would work. That works perfectly for the damn videos. This little penguin had a damn parasocial relationship. What the fuck?
The penguin had a waifu to keep him alive.
He had him a little cardboard waifu. I mean, like,
It's
shit.
it's weird. It's really weird, but like at the same time, it kind of tells us a lot about certain species of animals. I guess it's
Well, I mean, like I said in my video, dogs do it all the time. If you pay attention to it, like sometimes they'll get a stuffed animal and they'll treat it like it's a baby.
Yep.
You know, they'll protect it and they'll get mad if you take it away from them. All that stuff. You know, it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
So,
Oh man. But on this whole VTuber peek me kind of thing. Now that whole side is basically turning to a shitstorm. You got the muggles, shall we say, basically playing victim as they usually do. And then there's some actual trans folk who didn't want to get involved in this at all, getting caught in the crossfire. Then you got people who are deeply resentful about it, going scorched earth, which half of me thinks it's hilarious. The other half of me is also just like, well, I don't know, man.
I just want them to show up in my chat.
Well,
That's all I want.
Oh yeah, just for once, I would like to see them come after me. I really would, just so I can get a kick out of it.
VTuber is like a virtual VTuber. They use like an avatar that is like just VR. It moves when they move, stuff like that.
Basically,
that's all
yep,
it is.
That's what it is.
But there's a lot of them that have like anime girls aesthetic, stuff like that. That's
anime girls, anime guys. Hell, one of them is even well, there's plenty of them that are furries. There's one that I know who's actually a dude in real life, but uses a female body and then uses text to speech female voices and whatnot. Because
I saw one the other day when I was doing. I found one the other day when I was doing research. That's a little teenage girl body, and it's like a grown ass man voice.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one before too. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. There's a lot of those. It's hilarious. Oh man.
Of course, I got a buddy. He plays.
There's no way you don't know what a furry is, Megatonic. Come on.
All right.
No, okay, hold on. If he doesn't know what a furry is, let's spare him the pain.
Yeah.
Let's spare him the pain.
Google it.
All right, Google it if you like, but yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Hey, old dude. Been in the storm with those weirdos going after these body butchered punks. Yeah, man. Yeah. There's actually one Twitter account that's he's posting pictures of like, you know, World War II funny mustache man giving the speech of "I ask of you, do you want total war?" I'm like, holy sh! Okay, now we're really going somewhere with this. Damn.
God. I had one of them. They posted like if people are using Avada Kedavra as as a dog whistle, and I'm like, I posted my fucking wallpaper on their fucking thing.
Oh god!
Like, hey, here's a free wallpaper.
There's even a meme somebody made of the spell Depulso. It's like Depulso the Muggles. It's like, oh god, oh man, oh that's hilarious. What was the one that launches the person into the ground again? Do you remember what spell it was that launches a person into the ground? Which one is that one? Oh, okay. Because I know Depulso was the push one. That shit's hilarious, though. Holy crap!
Oh yeah, I'm laughing at it. It's and that's why they won't come into our chat, though. You know,
no,
they know that they already know what will happen if they come into our chat. Really, you know.
I agree 100%. Look, that guy is kind of a wild card. Matt Walsh is a bit of a wild card sometimes because he says things I do agree with. Other times he says things that's just like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? But when it comes to playing nice with these guys, yeah, no, I'm done with it. I've been done with it for quite some time, but I'm glad that more people are waking up and are just like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm done playing nice. And I want more people to realize that because this is playing nice, being diplomatic, and being calm and concise with these kinds of people who want nothing more than to see you and your livelihood destroyed. Yeah, no. I'm not putting kid gloves on just to handle them. They're getting my full dirty, callous hands. Simple as that. That's how they're going to get handled. They will be manhandled, god damn it.
They might want to be manhandled, Ronan.
Well, not in the sexual kind of way. I mean, in a terrible kind of way. Damn it, Darkus. What's the matter with you?
They might want you to manhandle them, buddy. What's up, Jolly?
I'm sure they are. Jolly, what's up? Oh god. I can't ever get behind any of these kinks, man. It's weird. Only kink that I have is finding a nice Christian lady and having a family and kids with her. That's my kink.
So speaking of kinks, they're making a new Fate game.
Oh yeah, the samurai one. No, I know.
Yep. And they're releasing a sequel to Apocrypha.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but there's going to be a samurai one that's got Musashi in it.
Yes, I saw that Musashi's in it, and I was super happy about it. For those of you though for those of you that don't know, Fate's basically this whole series. Like I'd need like a huge Bible in order to properly describe it. Let me put it in like the most concise way possible. Think Pokemon, but with historical and mythological figures, and a lot of them are gender bent, but not in the woke kind of way. I mean, in the sexy, only Japan kind of way.
Look, Japan turns battleships into girls. I mean,
yep,
historical battleships. So
and guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Japan somehow able to turn anything into a cute kawaii anime girl.
Yes. Hell no, I'm good.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm sure
you don't know what you're missing, Hell.
You don't know what you're missing.
What he's missing.
No. He needs
but
to
Mordred
be enlightened.
is still the best girl. You hear me?
Well, I may not agree with your opinion there, sir. I will fight to the death your right to have it. Even though Artoria Lancer is best girl. We're not doing this on stream, Darkish. We're not doing this on stream.
Yes, we are. Because we gotta pad the video. So
yeah. All right. I don't mess with any of that shit. Oh, sad. How sad.
You're missing out.
I mean, look, comic books can get pretty weird enough as is. Like, what's one weirder step where you turn King Arthur into a female? Come on. Just step into the wild side. Oh, God. At least for me, I just find it enjoyable. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love the Fate series. I was not even a fan of Apocrypha as far as it goes. I like Mordred. I didn't really like any of the other characters.
Jean was kind of my favorite one in that one.
Zero. Fuck Fate Zero.
All right. Well, never mind then. I actually was a big fan of Zero, if I'm being completely honest. I liked it. I'm not much of a fan of like downer, sad endings, but in this one instance, it's like, it's it's not that bad. The only thing I wished was that, Gil and Kotomine got their comeuppance, but of course not. They didn't. They had to survive. For
They got it the next. They got it in Fate Stay Night.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. They got it after that.
I mean, because you really got to watch Fate Stay Night first and then watch Zero, or ignore Fate Stay Night altogether. Watch Zero and then watch Unlimited Blade Works.
I see. The thing is that this is the weird thing with like Fate Zero and then Fate Stay Night is that with Fate Stay Night, yeah, you have like 3 different routes. There's the Fate route, of course. Then there's the Unlimited Blade Works route. Then the Heaven's Feel route, and then Fate Zero, which is supposed to come before Fate Stay Night, but technically doesn't lead into it. But at the same time, every one of these things are somehow all canonical. But
okay. So I can explain that. I can explain how they're canonical. Okay, so you have Fate Zero, which happens.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the canon prequel to everything. All of them actually connect to that one. With the anime, it's a little bit slightly different because that one directly connects to Unlimited Blade Works because the same company made Unlimited Blade Works while a different company made Fate Stay Night, the first anime from the early 2000s. Okay, so Fate Stay Night is the first route. That is the number 1 route. That is and we're going into time travel theory here. Okay, so
here we go.
Pay attention to this part. That is Archer never changing the timeline.
Yep.
That one is in a constant loop. It happens over and over and over and over again. Okay. That one is the safe route. It basically is the unstable but safe timeline. Okay. Unlimited Blade Works is the Shiro from Fate Stay Night.
Oh God.
As Archer.
Right. Okay. I got it.
So he's the one who consciously makes the decision to change the timeline. That time. By the way, spoilers if you haven't watched it, but it's 20 years old, so I don't care. That is the Archer from that is the Shiro from Fate Stay Night. The other Archer, the Shiro before that one, never changed time. Never changed it. He wanted to, but he never did. The Shiro who wanted to be a hero 100%, and beat Gilgamesh.
Yep.
Became, whose saber beat Gilgamesh, became the Archer from Unlimited Blade Works. Okay. So that's history changing already, right? Because he attacks Shiro, he tries to kill him right there, and that changes everything.
Right.
Because Archer makes that choice. Okay. Heaven's Feel is the Shiro from Unlimited Blade Works.
Jesus.
Yeah. So.
Okay, then. So
that's just.
Okay, so here's my question then. Where is the Shiro from? No, wait, hold on. Where's the Archer from the Fate Stay Night route from?
He's the Shiro before.
Like way before.
But he's the, say, Shiro wins, whatever, but doesn't change time. Doesn't change the timeline.
Okay.
That is the Archer that's constantly in a time loop, basically.
Right. Okay, then.
Because it summons Archer, who is Shiro, from the future to the past, to be Ren's servant. Archer had Ren's necklace, right? Okay, he gives her necklace back. She thinks that she lost it, but he had really been carrying it the whole time. He had kept it. That was his whole thing. So Shiro had one, Archer had one. You find this out in Unlimited Blade Works.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, and if you've seen Fate Stay Night, the movie is okay to watch. the Unlimited Blade Works movie is okay to watch. But it doesn't make any fucking sense if you haven't seen Fate Stay Night. The movie doesn't makes zero sense. Because it's super compressed. Like everything is super compressed in that one. But the series is actually great. I love the series for Unlimited Blade Works. That's my favorite route.
Yeah, I hear that one's really good.
That one is my favorite. I hate Heavensville. Heavensville is just it's kind of like it's rough. You know what I'm talking about, Ron, and you know
I have
the story.
It is. It's pretty bad. But I give Heavensville credit on this. The fact that they killed off Gil in like the most bitch way possible, and I love it. I love the way that they killed him off because I hate that dude.
You're gonna summon Atris saying that.
Wait, what? Is he like a huge Gil fan or something?
Oh yeah, huge Gil fan.
Well, if he wants to come in and try and contest that, he can go ahead. But yeah, Gil going
No,
out
we're
like
not. We're not turning this into a debate. Unless it's me and you arguing.
Well, whatever. Fine.
Unless it's just me and you arguing over who the best girl is, we're not turning this into a debate. It ain't happening. Not tonight, anyway.
I mean, fine. Maybe not tonight. I'm sure Atra would probably mop the floor with me. He's probably seen like a lot more Fate than I have. So.
Oh.
Whatever, man. I don't like him. Okay. So I'll say this. I'll say this at least. I understand. I'm sure we might have said this before. I understand that like technically he's still considered a hero because he's going off of the original classical definition of what a hero is, where it's like a person of great significance.
So Gilgamesh is the first hero.
Well, yeah, no, I know that he is the first hero.
Yeah, he's the first hero.
Yeah. So he's the one that basically sets like the term of what a hero is because, he is the first hero. So he sets that classical precedent of what a hero is. I understand that part. I'm not going to deny that. He is
not a moralistic hero. No,
yes,
he is.
He's not a moralistic hero. He's not the modern conventional interpretation of heroes. Somebody that's morally upright and wants to do good and stuff like that. That's why, because like one of the first things you hear in the actual Epic of Gilgamesh is this dude basically calling first dibs on all of the wives of the servants that work with him. Like when they get married, he's just like, I'm getting first dibs. All right. So, and I hear that. I'm like, I hate this guy so much. I hate you. I hate you. You suck. You mongrel piece of shit. And it's funny because he's half human and half deity, technically speaking, he is a mongrel, much more than anybody else he would call mongrels. But of course, he would never want to hear that.
Speaking of mongrels, Kuko.
Oh God, here we go.
Lancer is like he's probably the best dude. Like the best dude servant out of all of them. Like, oh, you're attacking that girl. No, Mom. No, bro.
No, he's pretty badass. I won't lie.
But here's something you only learn if you do the visual novel, right? Ku fought Gilgamesh for 24 hours.
Nice.
For 24 hours straight, Ku fought Gilgamesh. Okay. This dude is wiping out servants in like 5 seconds most of the time. And Ku fights him for 24 hours straight. You don't see that in the anime because it's just like they show him, kind of duking it out, and then, it's kind of over. But yeah, see, I got a little Ku right here.
Yeah, I see him there.
I actually have the Ku costume that I wear to convention sometimes, and I'll have that on the end of my spear.
Oh, that's funny.
Not, not the first time I wore that. Like, I walk in the door, and I've already got a girl dressed up like Ren running up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And super excited that there's a coup there. I'm like, all good, everything, blah, blah, blah. And then I see her later, and she's out of her costume, but she's got a backpack full of coup shit.
Oh man, nice.
And then I found out that her and there was a Gilgamesh that was there too, and a few others. They're in charge of the fake community.
Oh,
that I didn't even know existed. It's like a southeastern cosplay community.
Oh, okay, I see. That's pretty cool.
So
nice.
They handle like fate stuff at conventions, announcements and stuff like that. Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
I shared the story already, but I've only ever been to like one anime convention. I guess you could say it's Anime NYC. It was back in 2018, long before all this freaking insanity has tainted our world. And I saw so many different like cosplayers at the time. I think their main event was because of Heaven's Feel coming out. So I see so many people cosplaying as fake characters. I see a bunch of Ku cosplayers. I'm seeing people cosplaying as Kotomine. I'm seeing a bunch of Saber cosplayers, both Artoria Saber and Mordred. And they had, and like the one Mordred cosplayer wasn't dressed up in her armor. She was dressed up in her what would you call that? It was without her armor, basically. I only know that outfit as her third ascension outfit because that's her third ascension in Fake Grand Order, basically. But
the one with the booty shorts and
no, not the that's her.
Okay.
That's
her
casual costume in the that's her casual like costume in the game. It's the outfit where she's wearing like the tube top and then the oh god, how do you describe that?
Okay, yeah, the red one, the red without the armor,
the full red without the armor. That's
you.
basically what I mean. Yeah, she's wearing that, and I'm seeing all these different cosplayers. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Look at all this creativity, and it's kind of overwhelming at the same time, I guess you could say. It's like it's kind of weird when I use that term, but like what I mean is there's like so much creativity that I'm seeing all at once and so much innovation with like all these cosplays that it almost puts my own mind to shame. It's like, look at all these people making all this stuff, and what the hell are you doing, Ronan? You're just sitting your ass at home, fucking playing video games all day long, doing all kinds of meaningless crap. Just make something, do something, be like these people, or you know what? Be better.
Look, I have a huge respect for the actual like convention cosplayers.
Right.
I have a huge respect for them because a lot of them make their stuff. They go into it. They're like, I got 2 weeks to get this costume ready. Boom. Right. But those are usually actual fans. The ones that go to the conventions and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the ones that are the ethot ones that just dress up as the characters, to get
attention,
fans, to send them money.
Yep.
And I have zero respect for them, but somewhat depending on the person, more so than anything. But yeah, it's one of those just weird things that people get super excited over. Like, my God, I'm one of them. I am one of them. I plan on doing King Ghidorah.
Oh, nice.
I plan on printing off the armor and doing all that, at some point. But I've got to get a bunch of extra parts that I can't print, right? And they all belong to Dio. So I've got to do all that stuff too. But I plan on doing it at some point. And like I do a casual answer when I get tired of wearing the costume.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically just a St. Patrick's Day shirt that says, "Who needs luck when you've got charm?"
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you're all good, man. You are all good.
No worries, Royce.
Yeah.
You're all good.
But like, you see people who spend like months or even years building one costume. Like, I saw one of them that was My Neighbor Totoro. Like, it was the big cat.
The big cat.
You know, the big
Nice.
cat, from My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah.
And it was life size. It was
that's
fucking massive. Like, I was in my Grogu costume. And
okay.
I'm like, I got this thing won. I didn't see anybody that actually stood against me.
Right. Oh,
You're damn right. You're damn right, Andrew. But yeah. When I saw this thing, I'm like, I just lost. But that's fucking amazing. Like, I'm okay with losing to that.
Yeah, of course.
Like 100% okay. But yeah, Atra, that's 100% right. But yeah, my casual suit is just like literally. It says, "Who needs luck when you got charm?" It's just a green shirt and a pair of pants, and I'm wearing the wig and the fucking earrings.
But see, like that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. So the guy that you were describing that made the whole My Neighbor Totoro costume and everything is like that must have taken a long time to make, but they were willing to put in the effort and they were willing to put in the time and everything. Like I 100% respect that. I do, and I think that that's amazing. And I see that and I look at that and I'm just like, damn, what am I doing? I'm being lazy. I gotta stop being lazy.
Do it, man.
Get it? No, of course. I got to. I know I can. Just gotta stop being lazy.
We coined the what we're in as the Iron Age. Like the Iron Age of comics, Iron Age of bullshit, all this other bullshit, right?
Yep,
we're the fucking iron workers, man. we're the fucking blacksmiths. We're the fucking, the fucking knights of it. Shout out to Royce and the Iron Age Knights on. Although I would have called it the Iron Age Scribes myself, Royce. But
shout out.
But shout out to Royce and them on Friday nights.
Oh man.
By the way, Royce, I got 5 pages into Shotgun Samurai. No, I can't read anymore. I can't read anymore, buddy. I'm gonna send it to you. I can't do it.
Not for you?
No. Now, Nuclear Weapon Samurai, that shit is funny. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Oh no, campaign's already closed. That sucks.
What?
No, I'm looking it up right now. Shotgun Samurai, just to see what it's like.
Oh yeah. I can't do it. I got 5 pages in.
Probably look more into this myself. This might be interesting because you know me, I'm a dude that's really into like samurai stuff and whatnot.
Bro, I mean, check it out. Definitely support the Quaff. Because he's a funny guy.
Yeah,
like, I'm not really into it. Like, not really into it. But like I said, fucking Nuclear Weapon Samurai. That shit is hilarious. This shit is great.
No, yeah, I'll give it a check out. Give it a shot.
But it's kind of cringy to me. Like cringy humor. I'm not a fan of it. So.
Right.
And I'm saying this as a dude who likes cringy humor, some cringy humor. right? But it's not for me.
You know, when you say
I'm gonna
cringy,
send it. I'm gonna send it to Royce.
when you say cringy humor, like what would you define as cringy then? Like how what do you see as
You ever
cringy,
seen?
Shaq?
You ever seen The Office?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of it.
Okay,
Yep.
have you ever seen Scott's Tots?
I think no, I don't think I have. Not that one.
Okay, it's basically the episode where Michael had promised a bunch of money to some inner city kids, like
Oh,
to pay for all their college if they graduated, and they all
yeah,
graduated.
yeah.
And he has to give them. He just gives them fucking like laptop batteries. Because
Oh
that's
my
all he
goodness.
could do. Yeah, it's.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
say
I get
it.
what you mean.
I don't really know how to describe it because I haven't gotten that far into it. It's just like I'm not digging it. Like I just it is not for me. I can tell you that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I mean like it's the cover. The cover looks great, right?
Yep.
Shotgun Samurai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interior, not so much.
Actually, you know what? Interiors do remind me a little bit. There's another artist that I follow. I bought a couple of his books. The interior is kind of similar. If I had a camera, I could obviously show it, but it's Tyler Carpenter's The Girl with the Mega Fists. Like he's on Twitter. He's Draw and Talk Comics. That's who he is. But the interiors kind of remind me of that. The interiors for Shotgun Samurai remind me of that. Actually, now that you mention it.
Now the exteriors and the fucking book covers for every book is great. You know, I like all the covers and stuff. I like the art for it, but not the interiors at all.
Right,
So,
right.
And then couple that with the humor in it, I'm not a fan. Just it's a 5-page, and this is, and like I said, I've been playing Fear and Hunger like every night for on and off for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh God.
All right, and I can't make it 5 pages through this book.
You can survive looking at an ogre's member, but
I completely just ignore it now. Like that doesn't. I'm like, all right, cut that off. Keep going. Like I'm so dead to it that it doesn't even matter anymore.
Well, I'm sure his is dead now too once you cut it off.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like not even interested. Like, all right, you ogre dude, you ain't even shit. You ain't shit no more. Get out my way.
Oh God.
All right, dead. Now the fucking woodsman in the second one. Now he's fucking terrifying.
Oh.
I stopped playing the first one just to kind of give myself a break from it. After can attest to this, man, I was fucking torturing myself with this shit. I would go like an hour straight without saving.
Oh,
and then I'm
God.
like, man, I gotta go to bed. I gotta save this shit. But if you save it, you end up with a coin flip, and a coin flip is life or death. You know, it always hits bad on the beds.
Right.
So if I got a guard, fine. I could kill him pretty easily. But if you get a ghoul, that's different because you got to kill them pretty quick or you die. You die of an infection in this game, right?
Oh, man.
Like, and there's little bitty wooden boards that have a little bitty dot on them that you can't hardly see.
Oh, God.
You step on that board and you get an infection in your foot. You're bleeding from your foot. From a rusty nail that it's...
Of course, you're going to be walking barefoot on this. Why am I not surprised?
Like, I'm going to show a playthrough of it, but I can't do it live. That's my only problem. I can't do it live because I got to edit it.
Yep. Yep. I've seen enough
Because
screenshots to know that you gotta edit a lot.
I gotta go in and edit it, but because it is a very interesting story. Like it is very like Berserk inspired
I
story.
actually did watch a playthrough, like somebody just covering it just to see what it's like. It's not like a whole playthrough kind of thing. It's kind of a condensed review, I
Mm.
guess you could say. It's it's pretty interesting, I'll say that. And yes, it is Berserk inspired. Like the aesthetic of it, the tone of it, just about everything of it feels very, very low fantasy,
But
like in the same vein as Berserk.
this game hates you. It hates you so much. Like, and it can do something about it. That's the thing. It is like, oh my god, like the pure fucking vitriol this game spits at you.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that it's trash. Their hell. I'm just gonna say it's not for me. You know, I know within about 5 pages that it ain't for me.
I mean, I guess
Um,
the point that he's making with that is that considering that this is the Iron Age, this is a brand new beginning for a lot of comic book creators out there, and not just comic books, but like all sorts of independent media in general. You're going to be seeing people coming in trying to bring all kinds of stuff. Some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be
mhm.
bad. You know, it's really, you know what, and maybe some of it will probably be able to eke out enough of a good fan base in existence that it won't get so popular, but it'll just stay afloat. That's what I feel. A lot. That's how a lot of these new ones are going to be coming out. You know, it won't be the biggest thing in the world, but plenty of people are going to want to read it or watch it or hear it.
And that's kind of why one of the reasons I'm playing Fear and Hunger. Right, it's an independent game,
Yep.
so I'm looking in that sphere too, even if they're not in our sphere. Right, the creators of it are not in our sphere. You know, I'm playing it, so some of y'all don't have to. You know. But I mean, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it, but I'm hating it at the same time. Like, oh my god, it is grueling. This game is like Dark Souls, Elden Ring. They ain't got shit on it. They ain't got shit on this game.
Not even Bloodborne, because
Not
Bloodborne
even
was pretty.
Bloodborne. They
Damn,
ain't got
Bloodborne was pretty dark
shit
at
on this
times.
game. They ain't got because ultimately every one of those games is fair.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
Okay. Part of the aesthetic of this game is that it ain't fair. It ain't fucking. It's think about it like this. Okay, so you've got two reliable ways to save in the first game, and they're not reliable. You have one bed at the very beginning of the dungeon, at the first dungeon that you can save at, and it's the
Mhm.
only one that is guaranteed to be safe until the end of the game, where
Oh
there's
no.
another bed that's safe. Every other bed in this game, you have to do a coin flip on. Okay. If you do a coin flip and you succeed, you get to save. If you fuck up, something wakes you up and it's probably going to try to kill you, or worse,
Oh damn.
or worse.
Oh man.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. Like fucking this fucking game right here
so,
is
so let me ask this: when you fail the coin toss and then something tries to kill you, or worse, but you manage to survive and you try and save again, do you still have to do the
you
coin
have to
flip?
do it again.
You have to do it again. Of course you do.
No. It marks that bed as unsafe, so
Oh,
you
okay.
can't rest there. You have to
Okay.
find another one.
Find another one. Okay. So what this might be a bit too obvious of
What's
a
up,
question.
Readout?
Hey, read out. What's up? This might be too obvious of a question, but why not just go back to the bed at the beginning of the dungeon?
Cause you may have spent an hour getting where you were from that point.
Oh, okay. I see.
So it would
Yeah.
be
Okay.
an hour back. The only thing that this game does do for you, the only that it helps you out on, is that once you kill an enemy, it's dead. Hold on, we got somebody. Atra.
Atra coming in.
What up, buddy? He muted.
Oh no, he muted.
Atra.
You there, champ? I guess he's not.
You may have to log out, log back in, or redo your audio settings there.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, could have to do that as well. Sometimes that does mess up.
Yeah.
Every time I try and jump in here, for whatever reason, it the video aspect constantly puts my game capture card, which doesn't make any sense because there's no way you're gonna see me through that. It's kind of ridiculous. And then after I have to put no video, and then I finish up on this stream here, and I want to do my own stream, the next thing I see is that like the settings on Melon here basically kind of mess it up because what I also use my game capture card for is like sending the audio directly from the console onto.
All right, is it working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I got a new laptop and everything.
Oh, nice.
Finally, after
Cool.
years of using one from 2017.
Oh, I still got mine from 2017. It still runs just fine.
Yeah.
I might have to upgrade it, but you know, when I get the money,
I had an Asus.
Oh, an Asus?
Yep.
I actually bought an Asus back in 2014. I had that one in college years, and then I sold it. Got myself a Dell.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm on an HP. This one, I can tell you in just a second. Let's see. Got a Ryzen 5, 8 gigs of RAM, 64-bit operating system.
Well, it's
Cool.
not bad.
But for $600, oh, and actually no, for $400, it sure as hell ain't bad.
Oh, 400? Yeah. No, that's basically a steal at that point.
Yep. I was trying to get at the Best Buy that's close to where I live. I was trying to get. They had an Asus for Ryzen with a Ryzen 8 for $700, but the only one they had was a Reebox. And when I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll try it. Literally, got
Alabama PCs, man. You remember?
Yeah, I know.
Remember
that
what happened?
To be
Oh,
fair,
boy.
to be fair, let's remember that one. That one was an HP. Now this one's an HP too, but that one was an HP. So let's be fair. But I got it home set it up, and it immediately would not pick up any Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
So I took that thing right the fuck back.
Yeah, like I said, Reeboxes, nope. Nope.
We call them open box up north, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think that might have been the actual term, and I'm just fucking it up.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. No, I don't trust anything open box. Fuck that, dude. Like, if I'm gonna buy something, especially something as important as like a computer and whatnot, it's gonna be brand new.
Well, I mean, for me, it was a Ryzen 8, and it was $700, and I was like, I was willing to take the risk. Okay, because I spent $1,300 on a custom built on like a actual built laptop, not a brand name one, and it has been the shit show that we have seen before. So
Right.
Yeah.
trying to stream stuff for y'all like off my Prime, and fucking lo and behold, it don't want to work. Meanwhile, the old 2017 laptop does.
But yeah, Ronan, this game is mean as shit. All right. It hates you. It hates you so much. Like, I was playing the other night, and I got an hour into the game, and I'm like, all right, I gotta save it. I go to the bed that's in the prisons, and I'm like, okay, there's a guard right there, so I know the guard will appear, and I can take him out. Right? I can just save it. If he appears, I can at least take him out. No, he did not appear. It was a ghoul.
Oh.
This ghoul killed Moonless. It killed the girl, and then it killed me.
Oh no.
And I'm like, See where I was at before that. I didn't save it the entire game.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
of course,
All right.
I found out certain things that help you through it, right? But it doesn't really matter which character you pick. Like the barbarian, he can eat the enemies. That's his whole stick is that he kills the enemies and he eats them after. So you don't have to feed him. You don't have to find food for him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you get Moonless on your team, you can get just rotted meat all over the place. You give Moonless the rotted meat, and then you just eat the corpses with him. You don't have to worry about it. Right?
Right.
But he has no lock picking skills whatsoever. So
He's a barbarian.
you got to find keys, you got to find all that stuff, and all the items are random. Like I was on the call with Atlas when I found the fucking Necronomicon in the game.
Uh-oh. It may have died.
Yeah, no, you're still here.
Okay. Good. Sorry. Just it started falling away there for a second.
Yeah, it fizzed out.
I was on call with him when I found the Necronomicon. I had a good luck run of finding books in this game.
Nice.
All right. And I'm like, I got the Necronomicon. I'm down 2 players. The Moonless and the little girl got killed, and I'm like, shit. I've got to find a way to either kill myself or, get blood magic or something. I got the Necronomicon. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read the Necronomicon. Necronomicon killed me.
Oh,
You get a coin flip with the Necronomicon.
Oh man.
And it makes you go insane, or it teaches you blood magic. And if you learn blood magic, you can just pretty much dead. Oh, that's a guard. Dead. It don't help you late game, but early game it's overpowered. I had started playing the second one today because you don't have to play the first one to get the story of the second one.
Yeah, of course.
But I was playing the second one today as the yellow mage, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go through because the yellow mage is the one character in the game that knows what is happening. Okay, so you got the advantage of knowing that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. So there's this one guy you can convince him to go towards town, right? So I did. And I figured he was far enough away from the camp, so I just straight up attacked him. And I killed him. Next thing I know, the big Jotaro Kujo looking motherfucker has me up, like, in a bear hug, choking me out. And then I wake up in the train that you start in, tied up.
Oh no.
Okay. This game is like Majora's Mask, where it has a 3-day cycle. So at the end of the 3 days, you need to have killed everybody that's there. Otherwise, they all turn into monsters. So if they're in your party, they turn into monsters right there.
Oh,
like
damn.
boss level monsters against you. And you basically have to do a boss rush. It's crazy, man. But so you sit in this cell after killing the first one, right? And they're all killing each other somewhat while you're stuck in this, and you cannot escape it. You can't untie yourself. I mean, I figure there is a character that can, but the yellow mage can't. He is not strong enough to break those ropes. And so you're sitting there for 3 days struggling, and then you'll get tired and you'll go to sleep and you'll be able to save, right? You do it for 3 days. And then about the end of the second day, I'm sitting there, and then the door opens right there. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And then this character sticks their head out of the door and they run. And I'm like, okay, that was creepy as shit. I didn't expect that at all. Then I sit there for 3 more days. I sit there until the end of the 3 days, and it lets you go until the night, because you get to save. Basically, every time you save, time passes in the game. In the second one, so it lets you save 8 times, which is all the saves you get in the entire game.
Damn.
Okay. So then I'm walking around. I've got no skills, nothing. Right. In the dark now, instead of during the day, where it's relatively horrifying also. And I'll be damned if I didn't fall in the fucking well.
Oh, no.
I fell into the well at the beginning of the game. Okay. After being tied up for 3 days, basically. And then it lets you save one last time. And I saved it that last time. I turned into my damn monster form. I've lost the game.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, but the fact that the game paid attention enough to add like that whole thing where you're sitting there tied up, struggling, for 3 days, letting you save, letting you get that little hope up that you can break them ropes, and then at the very end of the 3rd day, the ropes are just off of you. And what makes it worse is you hear shit outside the fucking train. Like, oh no. God, just fucking kill me now, dude. Just do it. Like, I'm fucking starving to death.
Don't let me go out like this.
By detachable penis.
Oh.
Yo, no.
Yep. Face hugger penis.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's his favorite enemy.
Kill that thing. Kill it every fucking time. Don't even care if I lose the fight. That thing's dying.
Ogre dick. That's it.
No, not even the half as terrifying as this is.
No, yeah.
The fucking face hugger, man.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's fucking brutal. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it just like I can play it for like an hour a night, and I'm done. Like I played Resident Evil from start to finish without stopping or saving. Right, I've done the S rank stuff with Resident Evils. Fuck, man. I've dealt with this shit for an hour, and I'm tapping out. Like, I'm done, man. I can't do it. I'll do a fucking knife run in Resident Evil 7. Like a straight up knife run.
Actually, speaking of, I gotta make sure I play that game soon too. Still
knife run.
I will do a knife run. I will do a knife run.
I'm telling you, do a knife run. You will be like, what the fuck? Why is it so much easier this time? I'm not even kidding. And it's because of the way that the knife, the frames at the end of the animation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every frame of it deals damage. So when you swap it, you're dealing damage. You're just swapping as fast as you can. Shit, you are dealing fucking insane amounts of damage to those things. You swing at their head will explode. Like, I tried to. I did it one time, like in a stream, and that was the one you didn't show up for on Twitch.
Oh man, I should.
But my brother and his friends did. They showed up and they were like, "Oh shit, he's doing a knife run."
Oh, I
But
should
that's
see
that's
that.
how you that's actually how you speed run Resident Evil 7. Is
Right,
with a
right,
knife. That's why I keep telling you. That's why the knife them thing keeps coming up. Like,
right.
fucking knife them. You know, you well, knife them with that goddamn Magnum. Like, quit forgetting you got weapons, Ronin. Like, but then you sit there and watch me play like Castlevania, and I get frustrated. I get fucking irritated playing Castlevania. I do, especially the
No.
Metroidvania games.
You don't get frustrated. Don't lie.
I get.
After all, you're a Kukulkan fan. You just accept that you're gonna die.
Yes. You are true.
I mean, it doesn't mean he has to like it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're in Carnival Phantasma. You're berserkers. You know, swing toys.
Oh my god, I love that the fucking death.
Oh God!
You ever seen that, Ronin?
Carnival Phantasm?
Hold on.
I've seen a lot of clips
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Have you seen the oh my god, you killed Lancer clip?
Yes, I've seen it.
Like all clipped together.
Yep. I have.
Like, oh my god, you killed Lancer, you bastards.
That is why I am a Gilgamesh fan.
Oh.
Mhm.
As no, see, Ronan said something earlier about like he didn't like Gil, and I'm like, man, you and Atcher are gonna have to debate that later. Y'all ain't doing it on the screen.
I will destroy you on that, especially if you sit there and think that Shiro Emiya won that fight. Shiro didn't do anything. What he did was get carried by half the goddamn plot, and the other half was his future self that has just a mild grain of salt of badassness protecting him because he had no other ability to protect himself in real life. And even then, his ass was at Gilgamesh's mercy, and it took his own same future ass to shoot Gilgamesh in the head to save himself. Plot armor. The only character who has more plot armor than Shiro Emiya is Ichigo Kurosaki.
No, I brought up the fact. I'm like,
man.
you know, Lancer in the first route fought Gilgamesh for 24 hours, like of the visual novel. It didn't show that in the anime, but I brought that up earlier. I'm like, Ku is the only one that was able to fight Gilgamesh for 24 hours straight, just fucking dueling it out.
That's called protection from arrows. That's Gilgamesh standing there going,
yes, that is called protection from arrows.
That's Gilgamesh yawning as he's just sitting there like, you know, I can do this all day. And I can't, and he could. Guess who couldn't do it all day? Ku.
They did it for a day, so he did do it all day. He just couldn't do it for more than that. But
because here's the actual counter to the Gate of Babylon is not protection from arrows. It's Knight of Honor. The thing is, Knight of Honor from that Lancelot has doesn't allow Lancelot to keep up.
Protection from arrows. Just saying. It works. It don't have to be a direct counter. It works.
Yeah, but you know what protection from arrows is? Protection from arrows is like that's like Ku and protection from arrows is like Lex Luthor trying to fight Superman with kryptonite. Yeah, you may be annoying, but your ass is still gonna end up in the concrete.
I mean, he could have gotten lucky. I mean, it's not likely for him, but he could have.
Luck is exactly what Ku is not going to get. He's not even.
No, I don't know if I've ever told you this, Ronan.
Yeah,
but,
I got to rejoin.
So my Ku when I wear the Ku Cullen costume,
yep,
I have his luck. Like, no shit. Like, the night before the convention, my fucking spear got broken.
oh no.
Okay. Like, it came in broken. Don't let me confuse you. It came in the mail broken. I didn't have time to send it back to get it fixed. Right. So I had to, and this is my old spear. My new spear I printed myself.
Right.
But so it came in broken. I fixed it the night before the convention. There was a storm. The door blew open, knocked my spear over, and broke the head off.
Oh man.
Okay. So, and it broke the lights out of it. Like, I had it work with a light all the way around it. Where'd Esther go?
Oh, he said he was stepping out just to try and rejoin it again. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But legitimately. And then the people that were going with me ended up like telling me that day that they couldn't go with me. Right. My handlers were like, man, we can't go with you today. I'm like, all right. So I had to find somebody else to go with me last minute. Had to pay their way in to it because of that, you know.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind paying my handlers way in. I really don't. But they got to actually do the job. Which, no, they didn't. So I was pretty much stuck in this costume for 12 hours. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So I had rank D luck there. So pretty sure that just wearing the costume will give me Lancer luck. In fact, my luck has never quite recovered since.
Oh, that doesn't sound like luck. That sounds like a curse now at this point.
Oh well,
man.
Cucullin was cursed with a short and a glorious life. So.
Oh man, story of your life. Only way to put it.
Here. Yep.
Sucks.
Oh, but yeah.
See here, that's something I wanted to. No, I can't find it now. Oh, whatever. It was something I was looking for that I was gonna, like just something quick to discuss on, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Oh yeah.
It's gone now. Yeah, it's gone from my head. Yeah, it's gone.
Where Boo Rad?
Actually, that's a good question. Boo Rad hasn't shown up at all. Just realized
He was here last week, but
no, yeah, I remember that he was, but I guess he's probably busy. Could be busy.
yeah, probably.
All right, no worries.
I'll have to give him shit later.
Well, he always gets shit.
Mm-hmm.
Either from Hale or from you or sometimes from me. But he's always getting shit. Hell, even Yandere is giving him shit sometimes. Oh, the man is just a shit magnet sometimes. It's just how it is. He's a little baby shit magnet. If you're listening, Boo Rad, it's okay. We still
he's
love
watching
you.
yoga videos.
Boo Rad's watching yoga videos. Oh, God. It better be like the regular stuff and not that naked yoga crap that YouTube somehow allows to have. Just I don't get how that's a thing that they let kind of slide through, but well,
It's because they're wearing clothes.
no, I mean, like,
oh shit,
there's somewhere they're wearing clothes, and then other times they're not wearing clothes at all. Like if you actually go through YouTube and whatnot, they're buck ass nude and everything, and it's just this is somehow allowed on YouTube. So we can't say particular gamer words, but being like just showing your beaver like that is okay. All right. What's up, Royce?
I think he plans this shit. He has to.
Don't lie.
Okay, so here's where I'm at. I'm exhausted. The week has been a week. Just Tuesday, specifically Tuesday. I want everybody to remember this. Felt like a week in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just things happened. Is it work? We'll see where it goes. But my God, I'm sitting here. The boys are live. I'm like, oh shit, man. Like, I feel bad because I didn't even let you guys know I wasn't gonna be here until like you were live for like almost an hour. I had to take care of stuff at the house. And I was sitting here and I was just kind of listening, and you're talking about doing cosplay stuff and your spear's getting broken. And I'm like, maybe I should go say hi to the guys, at least just jump in and hey guys, how you doing? I haven't, talked with you guys all week. And I jump in, Ronan's talk about showing his beaver to the fucking people. And I'm like, I just, you regret certain things in life.
Here's the secret to having no regrets. You just look back at the situation and go, it's what I thought was right at the time.
No.
I mean, I kind of did. I'm just talking about how YouTube allows people to show their beavers. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, yeah, no.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, no, you're not right.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I get you. No, I just, I don't have a lot of time, guys. I'm fading fast, but I was like, I couldn't. I like, I was like, man, the boys are live. I was like, I at least want to come on and say hi to them and see how their weeks have been and see what they've been up to.
We were talking about a whole bunch of weep stuff, so you didn't miss out on a lot.
Like I've accepted the weeb stuff more over the years. My friends back in high school, I will say this, like I was turned off from anime for a very long time. There was like 5 anime, and I don't even remember one of them. But like, there were 5 anime that I was always like, okay, I will always watch these ones. It was Dragon Ball Z, it was Gundam Wing, Princess Mononoke.
Yes, okay, yeah, brother.
The Get Backers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably my favorite of all. That's probably my second favorite. And there was a 5th one I used to remember from when I was a kid, and I forget what it is now. But there was a 5th one in there that I was like, I would watch. I would watch that one too. But they're like,
Little Star.
Huh? No, dude. I had buddies of mine tried to show me a bunch of stuff when I was younger, and I just thought it was all dumb as shit. I will say this: my top like favorite now, possibly with the exception of the ending, was Attack on Titan, and my second favorite still is the Get Backers, for those of you who know it. But I've softened on a lot of anime over the year. Well, my oldest kid's getting into anime, and she wants to watch it, and it's like, okay, well, I can't let her watch something that I'm not okay with. So my wife and we actually started watching anime proactively for the kids. And I will say this, dude, like probably somebody had told me to go check it out, and I finally did. It was on the channel, but My Hero Academia, man, I'm real impressed with that show.
I got one for you.
Yep.
I got one for you. If you, it was actually, it's for
Stop pointing the Nerf gun at me while I'm on stream, child. Go, child. All right, we'll quit.
There are two good ones for you that you could watch that would that are one of them especially that I got someone really into that hates anime, hates any kind of animated show. It's called Monster.
Oh yeah, Monster.
That's a really good one. It's got Liam O'Brien. He's the voice of Gaara, and also Ergo Proxy and Vincent Law and Ergo Proxy. That's another good one if you like a little cyberpunky trippy shit. That one's good. But Monster itself, is
I'm
very.
always on the hunt for
psychological.
something I can watch with my kids. So where are we
Okay,
at?
so-
PG-13, heavy PG-13. Because I even let my kids watch heavy PG-13. I just won't let them get into violence and stuff like my daughter loves. She's 11, loves Demon Slayer, and I ain't got no issues with Demon Slayer. There's no
Right.
TNA in it, and it's all just like animated violence. And for the most part, I'm okay with that. You know?
Samurai 7 then.
Okay.
Samurai 7.
If you want something that's also like PG-13, sometimes leaning into heavy PG-13, like I'm sure everybody's recommended this one to you, but this is like really good anime that doesn't go super crazy into like what the standard shonen stuff does. Cowboy Bebop. That's a really good
I
one.
tried watching Cowboy Bebop, and it's only like 20 episodes,
I think 26, I believe.
something like that. Yeah, and I made it to episode. Now, here's the thing: there's always goods and bads that I can find with stuff, and the good is the fucking soundtrack. As a musician,
Yep. Yep.
okay, animation spot on with the time, but it didn't grab me. The show.
Oh, okay.
The show just didn't get its hooks into me, and I will say this: I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, this is something I can get into. Go. And I will say this: when I found out it was only 26 episodes, it killed it for me. Because,
Oh, I see.
and because I only checked it out just this last year. But obviously you guys know Convoy from my channel, Convoy Bebop. That's a play. He's a trucker, so you get trucker convoys, and then Bebop from Cowboy Bebop because his favorite was his favorite anime of all time. And man, it just didn't grab me. I mean, objectively nothing wrong that I can point in with the show. It just
all right. That's fair.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was having a similar conversation with a buddy of mine because the Dead Space remake is out, and I played a good chunk of Dead Space with my buddy, and nothing wrong. Yeah,
I remember he talked about that on.
I got
Sunday
two
stream.
shout outs. I got one from Maji Chan and I got one from Raven Nevermore. Actually, so here's some behind the scenes action. You guys know My Nerdy Home, Stephanie, My Nerdy Home.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she was DMing me the screenshots of Raven Nevermore and Maji Chan shouting me out. Yeah, so no, she's a sweetheart. I don't know her very well. We've DM'd very shortly, and it was strictly about like people commenting on my channel because I want to make sure that I say thank you to people because I have that luxury being a small channel right now. If somebody shouts me on a larger channel, if I could track down who it was, I'd love to send a private message to them and say thank you because I have that luxury. Because if it gets big, like it's going to go away, right? And a lot of that personalization that I have now with a lot of people is going to go away. Which, dude, I almost sniped the shit out of your topics, Darkish. You talking about the parasocial relationships and shit like that? Oh, dude, I almost sniped the shit out of that. I was listening to that and I was like, I want to talk about this. And I was like, I was literally just gonna like not copy, like, hey, Darkish brought this up and just like share my thoughts, like the Drink with Crazy thoughts, but like, okay, so Darkish Timeline talked about this in his video and what he was talking about, and then I wanted to like expand on it, and all that, and then I was like, nah, man, that's your mojo. I can't steal that mojo from you. But damn it, dude, I've been digging it, dude.
Why don't you two find a way to sort of make like a collab video or several collab videos on it, kind of thing? You know what I mean?
So the thing is that we are both extremely fucking busy right now.
Right? Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Barely.
Like I made a joke.
Paper to wipe my ass, man.
I made a joke about doing a weekly fucking podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know. Just suggestion,
you know. Yeah.
Like maybe monthly, but
I mean, that's all I can swing right now. I mean, what we could do, man, and it'd be like it's an all-day commitment.
Yeah.
But it's when I first started like a Drink with Crazy in the cultural space and the more the space that we're in now when I rebranded it because it started as a political channel. But me and my buddy, what we would do is we'd get together on a Saturday knowing that we'd want to do like 2 videos a week. And it wasn't like the current day topics. And that's kind of where our fault was, is we were trying to do stuff that we were interested in, which a lot of people are interested in.
Right.
But and really just bring a different perspective. It's like, so we covered The Last of Us and what was so good about that game, but my idea on that was the protection of innocence, right? Like a dad who kind of lost his daughter, and the whole way through the game, he's trying to protect Ellie and her innocence and try to kind of rein this girl back. It's, like it's totally different, like philosophical take on the game. And that's what we started to Drink Like Crazy with. But we'd get together and we'd do like 5 to 10 episodes on a Saturday. Like it was an all day deal. And so, I mean, that if we did something like that, it would have to be, we literally block off everything.
Yeah.
We get the coffee out on a Saturday morning. I'd have to, not go to the kids bowling, and we record a video. One of us saves it, whatever. And then we just 5 to 10 of them talk in between. So that way we can kind of, because you don't want to tangent too much.
Yeah.
But that's about the only way to do it. And then split the editing work between us and then upload either side. It's kind of a boring to talk about, but some backyard baseball.
Yeah.
But that's about the only way that, but you can't pull it off. You could do it. You could do it.
Oh yeah. Like right now,
it's
my time is so like fucking full that I don't have time for shit right now. Like I've got time for this right here, and I did those little 5 to 15-minute parasocial videos, which I know that was weird for me just coming out of left field with that one.
No, but you said you were working on something, so when I saw it, I was like, yeah. No, dude, they were good though, man. They were good, and you're talking about something that's important,
Right?
And it's something like I'm cognizant of, and I'm worried about with my channel. Because, it's going to get to a point where, and I don't know what the subscriber count is, or I should say this. I don't know what the active subscriber count is going to be, because the subscriber count is 1,900 right now. But the active subscribers are anywhere between about 100 and like 200 people, give or take, just depending on kind of who comments on what videos. But I mean, and I'm treading water right now, but it's like, where's the tipping point to where I can't do the personalized, the personal, get to know people point anymore? Where is that? When does that happen? And it's not, and with YouTube, it's kind of like everybody gets it, but like with my Gilded, man, I'm at 171 people. At what point does it turn? And there's quite a large active amount of people. Out of that 171, I say a third of them are active almost every day. And it's gotten to a point where like I used to be able to scroll through my Gilded in like 30 seconds and see the whole day's worth of comments. I couldn't scroll for 15 minutes and see that now because of how active people are. And so the parasocial stuff that you're talking about really, really is important to me, because it's like, okay, if this goes the direction that I hope it goes, because I'd like to turn this into a business and make this the full-time gig, you're giving me things to think about, especially with that first video. YouTubers and the parasocial stuff, and they read your comments, but then after that you forget about them. And man, that's a cold thought. That's a cold feeling. I've seen some YouTubers do it, right? I've seen some YouTuber, like I will say this, as snarky and as much of an asshole as a guy can come across as, and I fucking love it, but Nick Rekieta does a good job with it. I think Nick really remembers people and really tries to feel what people feel. But yeah, the parasocial thing, man, that is a plague that can wrap people up real quick. And so, I mean, it's a
double-edged sword.
It is.
It's really just a double-edged sword. It's one of those things where, like, you can go really good with it, and you can use it for good, or you kind of just, like the best of us just ignore it. The best just ignore it right now, or they at least don't use it in a negative way, right? Yeah. The worst of us or fucking Andrew Tate, or
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Fuck yeah, pimp master of the fucking internet. Fuck, dude.
that was
Like,
a fucking bonus episode. Like I wasn't even gonna do that one, and then it's like that one popped up. I did 2 that day. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this one.
no,
I'm gonna do this one.
no, yeah.
But
As man, dude,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Go on. Oh, sorry, Ronan.
No. I was just agreeing. Like the sentiment you're showing right now, it's like whatever sentiment you got with Andrew Tate, I have it tenfold. He's just.
I never followed the guy. I didn't even know who the guy was. I said something on like JDA stream. I was like, "Has the dude ever done anything manly in his life?" I was like, "You don't." Well, he was an MMA fighter. I'm like, okay, and like, so being an MMA star's manly. That's cute.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically.
You ever dug ditches in the ground and installed utilities for people like what I used to do? You ever done, hard work, like shit that was hard for him to do? I don't know. Has he been a father? Has he been a committed husband? Has he the real man shit? Not that fucking fake show. Well, he was an MMA fighter. Oh, fuck,
I don't know, man. All that stuff you're describing sounds pretty toxic. I don't know. If we're in the modern age now. We've embraced modernity.
Oh no. See,
modern.
See, we can say whatever the fuck we want about Andrew Tate, and YouTube will love it. We can say whatever the fuck negative shit we want about Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah, that's right. YouTube.
I don't even know that much about that guy. I know he acted as an online pimp, and I know the guy's way too full of himself, and I know the guy will not contribute to society after he dies. I fathered 4 kids, and I'm doing my damnedest to make sure that they are the best to the world that they can be, and they provide for who they need to be to themselves. They provide for who they need to be to others. Like, that's what I'm doing. And this guy, he made some money. He made some thoughts real famous, and then used that. And I'm just like, man, I'm so fucking sick of that shit. And it's part of the reason, like, dude, it's part of the reason I fucking hate like being associated with like the conservative side of the aisle. We're conservative. No, I'm not. Why? Because they're fucking stupid, and they're so willing to accept anybody who says anything mildly, remotely, sort of, kind of close to the thing that they kind of think about, because conservatives are so desperate to want to be like, they're like that nerdy kid in school who, like, the popular girl like bumps into him on the way to class, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and the nerdy kid's just like, "Oh, she talked to me. Oh my God, shut the fuck up, babe. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I'm using an analogy of me. Okay. Anyway, my wife is standing here laughing at me. But hey, use what you know, right? Be authentic. Use what you know. But it's fucking true, man. And it's one of the things as I've gotten older, I was like, man, me in high school. Wow. But I look at the conservative movement like that now. Anybody who says anything remotely close to kind of, sort of, maybe in the ballpark, like, they just go overboard for it, and they're fucking morons. And they've just, and people are like, "Well, I'm conservative." That's fucking great. I'm not. Would you vote for Biden? No, I fucking didn't. In fact, I think Trump's a fucking socialist, and people are like, because, yeah. You throw that shit out there. Oh, dude, just watch people's brain. Well, I'm like, here's the socialist programs. And I start going down the list. And they're, yeah, well, he wasn't perfect, but he's the best president we've ever had. I'm like, Oh, it's, yeah. But no. And like I said, it's just the Andrew Tate guy, man. Fuck him, dude. Then I had this thought. All right, I'm about to have a hot take. You guys ready for a hot take?
Do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So did you guys see that shit that Blair White posted the other day?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. So Blair White posts a picture wearing a bikini.
Yes.
And she says some shit about, like, and
If
she's
you
holding
see
an AR.
Yeah, if you see a bulge in a conservative woman's pants.
Or it's like if you see, they're just like conservative women, don't have a bulge in the panties or something like that. And I just wanted to comment and be like, Blair White thinks she's a conservative woman.
Yep.
And I'm like, that just shows how far the Overton window has shifted. Is somebody who got surgery, right? An immense amount of surgery. And people are like, it was a troll post. Fuck off. I saw the post. It wasn't a troll post. And here's the thing. You be who you want to be. You want to do what you want to do what you want to do. I genuinely don't care. Okay. I genuinely don't. The way that post was framed, I have a problem with, because what it shows me is that conservatives are only 5 years away from the liberals of today. That's it. Or I guess the leftists of today, because liberals really haven't moved, ironically enough. Conservatives have moved. Leftists have moved. Liberals have kind of fucking stayed. They're like, all right, we're good with gay marriage. We're good with the marijuana stuff. You know, the abortion thing, and I highly disagree with that. But the liberals really haven't moved.
They haven't moved, but
a lot of them have bailed out when they were like, what the fuck is this shit? It's getting crazy. But conservatives, man, they're about 5 years behind the leftists. And Blair White is a fantastic example of that, because conservatives would have demonized anybody who would have been male to female transition 5-6 years ago.
Liberals haven't moved, but I would say that, yeah, I would agree with you that a good portion of them probably just dipped after the insanity that came about. But a good number of them also are kind of complicit. They're just like, you know, whatever the progressives are doing, they're going to do it. Just let them do it. Please just leave me alone. We all know how that really pans out in the end. But it's also kind of funny too how you mentioned that conservatives are merely 5 years away from like what the leftists and progressives really are, because it kind of reminds me of Tim Pool making that joke that probably 10-20 years down the line, the leftists of the future are basically going to be collectivist hive mind Borg people basically, and then conservatives will just be transsexual communists.
I don't think he's wrong, man. And like I said, Blair, well, dude, and it's all these people. Again, I love like Dave Rubin, man. I love Dave Rubin's take. I watched his transformation online. I think the way that he had his kids is an affront to God.
Agreed.
I don't. 100%. I think the man is. I think the man's a good person. But I cannot agree with that lifestyle. I cannot. It's not. I just think that it's an affront to what God made natural.
These are concessions that a lot of the people on the conservative side are making, because they somehow, no, not somehow, we know what it is. They've abandoned the cultural aspects, which is the most important part. And you know, like how you say as well, they've essentially given the language over to these people as well. They've allowed them to redefine these words. Because of that, they're now just trying to play catch up. But in order to do so, they have to constantly make concessions with people who used to be on the left, but also don't want to be part of the insanity that is slowly growing. That, let's face it, they're kind of a part of that. They're kind of part of the reason why that insanity is growing, because they said they wanted this, they wanted that. And I know it sounds kind of bad. Some people would think that it's like, what? So we should have never given them any of these kinds of things. You want my honest opinion? No, we shouldn't. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry at the same time. That's just how it is. They say it's a slippery slope. It's not. It's a cliff.
And here's the fucking problem. Had we started from a just live and let your life fucking live like standpoint, none of this shit would have been an issue. But it got dichotomized, and that's the overall problem. Man, I don't care how people want to live. Just live and let yourself live, right? But it's man, becoming okay with test tube babies or surrogate families, and it's just and And man, and I know people out there, they want to have kids so bad and they do the surrogate thing. But man, I don't even know if I'm okay with that. And people be like, what the fuck, you're a monster. Dude, I don't fucking know. Like, man, and then on the flip side of that, it's like, well, maybe the reason people can't have kids is because all the chemicals they're putting in our fucking food that we eat.
Yep.
You know? And
that's
it's like,
another thing, too.
it's like you can't fucking win for losing on this shit, man. It's like birth rates are declining. People are becoming more infertile. You know, the people who want to have kids can't have kids. My God, my wife and I, we've known people like my wife and I mean, we were lucky and we were blessed with 4 beautiful children. We sadly lost baby number 5. And that, man, that was a rough day, but I mean, we were blessed with 4 beautiful, healthy children, and other people who'd want to have 10 kids can't have 1, you know, and so they make the choice to try to do the surrogate thing. And it's just, yeah, it really does come down to the fact. It's like, you know, I joke a lot. People are like, well, you're not supposed to judge people. Well, I'm not Jesus, but man, there's sometimes I'm just like, man, I don't know if I could judge people for some of this shit. And I don't know where we are right or wrong in this whole thing. And I don't know the crap that's being done to us on a larger level. Like I said, I think our food supply has been poisoned for years. But there are just some things that like people are becoming okay with that. I never would have seen. I never would have thought that, you know, a freedom, you know, I guess, and it's good and bad, but I never would have thought, you know, more of the conservative side of the aisle. And conservatives don't conserve anything, you know, they don't conserve tradition. They don't conserve fucking laws. They don't conserve anything. They just don't. But I never thought that I would see the side of the aisle that claimed to be religiously strong, you know, hail Blair White. And maybe, I mean, don't get me wrong, love a lot of dudes' takes, but that fucking post and like I said, the quartering was like, oh, it was a troll post. So that wasn't a fucking troll post, man. That was Blair White trying to rile up the audience and be like, oh, see, I don't have balls. It's like, yeah, because you cut them off. Like, and the fact is like, oh, conservative women. It's like, but you're not a fucking woman, and you know exactly what the fuck post you're putting out there, right? And I just look at this stuff and I go, man, how far is too far? How far down this rabbit hole do we go? I mean, the next step is, I mean, we're already looking at test tube babies and genetic modification to a point where you're going to get designer babies. That technology already is coming into existence. You go in, I want them to have, we're knowing how, if you guys have ever looked into the study of epigenetics, it's where you can turn on and turn off essentially the switches in the DNA, for layman's terms, that make certain things a thing. I want, you know, blue eyes and brown hair, and, you know, I want them to take this genetic from this side of the family. I mean, and you'll get to do your designer baby. And it's a thing, man. And it's, how far down the rabbit hole do we go? We've just slowly in increments become more and more okay with just this unnatural fucking way of human existence. And it feels like it's just this soullessness of what once was humanity. And you see it, and it's, you know, and I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast a little while back, and they go, you know, in 100 years, people are going to be looking at grandma going, how in the hell did you carried a baby inside of you? Because nobody in 100 years is going to even know people who carried a baby inside of them within 50 years. It's not going to be a thing. Like, that's where we're headed. And I want people to fucking think about that. Children in 100 years will not be grown in a womb.
So
and it's fucking terrifying.
What I will say to that, and, you know, it might be a controversial take, and you might not like it, But as a 13-year-old kid having to hold my little brother as he had a full grand mal seizure because the doctors decided to delay to take him out of the womb while he was choking on the umbilical cord, and is permanently damaged from cerebral palsy in May. Now, after about 18 years, finally be able to live off of something that still could potentially give him liver damage. If there was something that could keep him from that to where he could live on his own instead of forever for the rest of his life due to the damage that he has, because he's got cerebral palsy. He'll never live on his own. He'll never walk on his own.
Yeah.
If there is something that could prevent that, I'd take it, because I understand it's entirely to be a 12, 13-year-old kid, and you walk into a room, you walk into the ICU, and you see your hours-old brother that's just barely hanging on, and you see that little chest pumping far faster than any human being's chest should pump on because of the ventilator that's keeping him alive, and then going on and holding him as he has multiple grand mal seizures, as he has seizures for years that just end up with him staring off as you've watched him pumped full of 8 to 9 different medications, to seeing constantly him going to the ER because he's got a line that goes directly to his heart. If there's stuff that could prevent that child from ever going through that, I would take it.
And here's the thing. Back in the day, my grandfather was one of 10 kids. Well, technically, he was one of 12. Because 2 of them died out of the womb. Because in the 1920s and in the 1930s, babies like your brother, they wouldn't have made it.
I wouldn't have made it in the 80s. Because if I was born about 10 years earlier, I wouldn't have made it beyond my.
And there.
Well, no, just the reason real quick is because I'm allergic to penicillin.
No. And I'm not arguing the difference between life-saving medication.
Yes, sir.
I'm not arguing life-saving medication and medicine and treatments to keep people alive if we can. I think that's the right thing to do. I'm arguing the creation of life in an artificial womb. Okay. And the confiscation of gender definition, where someone can just go, chop their cock and balls off and say, I'm a conservative woman, and post themselves in a bikini online. There's a radical difference in what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the removal of one of the most human fucking things on the planet to create life. Your mother created you and your brother with the help of your father, or father. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was one. You have the same father or not. I believe me. You and I have a whole offline conversation about that, right? And I'm not arguing with that. But keep in mind, like so I have 3 cousins that have autism. 2 of them pretty bad. They're one of them's older than me, one of them's a little younger than me, and they'll never mentally be older than maybe 10 or 12, right? I've seen the debilitating stuff. I have my sister-in-law bad disabilities as well, specifically related to the spine. I understand all of that.
Yeah.
Right. Your brother was still born naturally as a human, right? The natural human existence is being erased. That's what I was talking about. I don't hate technology. I, in fact, think technology is fantastic. I think that technology is being used in a way in many, 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 many cases that is utterly awesome, right? Keeping your brother alive, obviously, emotionally trying, but your brother is still alive. He wouldn't have got to live in the 1920s. And the fact of the matter is that would have been just nature, right? And to a certain point, maybe defying nature is a good thing. But at what point do we go defying nature is too much, where we no longer allow men and women to have children, because they will outlaw having children in a womb at some point. Like, that's the natural progression of where we're going. And we're going to go to test tube babies and designer babies. And that's what worries me about this whole damn thing, is that when you start incrementally changing, like where we are, like Blair White saying, you know, he's a conservative woman, even though we all know the surgeries have been there. Like, where do we go and where do we draw the line for all of this? Right now, one could say, well, you can go all the way, fucking trippy, but you can go all the way back. Sorry, that threw me off.
What I was saying is that, like, because I agree, like, we're either gonna, I think, you know, there's about two routes we're probably gonna end up. We're either gonna end up cyberpunk red, or we're gonna end up Demolition Man. It's gonna probably be one or the other.
I think we're gonna be all of them.
Yeah,
like sad to say, I think all the dystopias, just throw it all together in one
Hunger
pot,
Games.
mix it up, just
It's a nice
Hunger
mishmash.
Games, a little bit of 1984, some Animal Farm, touch of Idiocracy, and just a sprinkle of Mad Max. Like, it's going to be all of it.
I'm
But
just
what
seeing
I'm
a whole
saying-
ton of.
But what I'm saying is that if that's where technology has to go to eliminate my brother having to have gone through everything that he did, I'd take it, because
But
there's nothing-
here's the flaw in your argument. Your brother already went through it. So you're making an argument for something that will never happen at this point. Now, you would then say, well, no, but I'm talking about somebody in the future going through it, right?
I'm speaking in a metaphorical sense. Like, if that's why I said if
Yeah,
there was something that could have done to prevent that, because of where technology is going, if it existed back then, I'd take it. I wouldn't push it to go away, because just like you're saying, where he wouldn't have lived back in the 1950s, I wouldn't have actually made it, because I have an anaphylactic allergy to penicillin.
Mhm.
When I was born, my liver didn't function.
Mhm.
If I lived through the night, the likelihood was that I was going to be blind, deaf, with massive damage to the body. I would basically be a vet. And just
so then I've got to ask this question, because we haven't addressed it.
Yeah.
So are you saying it's okay to abandon traditional conception and traditional birth?
I'm not saying it's okay to abandon it. What I'm saying is that with any kind of development of technology, good and bad are going to come with it. And me personally, because I agree that technology is going that way. I'm not going to say that technology is wrong, because it eventually, when you can fix the chromosomes, when you can go back in and maybe prevent him from having.
Okay, but then how much of God and nature and what God put in place are we removing from the equation here? And I do say that knowing that technology and our ability to create technology does come from God, because had God not allowed it, we would not be able to do it. And I do understand that. But at what point do we take moral issues with no longer having a human experience? I mean,
that would
and one would argue that a soul and the creation of God and the children of God come from man and woman coming together, and we're removing the whole man and woman coming together portion of this.
That would depend entirely on how you define the human existence and how you define a soul. You know, if you define like a human being as this and as just this, and there's nothing else that exists outside of it, as just man and woman conceiving, and there's no way you can
Well,
define that.
that's the
I'm just saying,
nihilist.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just
No. That's the. I mean, well, so if it is just people are born and there's nothing. No, I mean, the nihilistic approach and nihilism meaning that there is no God, there's no devil. It's that a series of actions and consequences happened, and thusly there is no moral good or moral bad. That nihilism, right? The cosmic version of nihilism, not the existential version of nihilism.
Yes.
But that would be the cosmic nihilist portion of it, is that there is no consequence to removing the natural process of human conception. Now, if you take more of the religious aspect, which I tend to, although my religion's been shaky for many years and I'm getting back to reconnecting with it. Long story there. That would take many hours to go over, but
believe me,
but the religious side of it is God did create us. God did give us knowledge and the ability to act on that knowledge and the ability to move on that knowledge. But at what point do we remove God so far from us in society and try to remove God out of the creation that God made itself, that it is no longer God's creation? And that's what I worry about, is because we're no longer allowing God and the natural laws that he put in place to work. We're trying to do designer nature. And that's something that can be argued with many, many, many things, right? That's something that, I mean, we can go all the way back to freaking eyeglasses and be like, well, God meant for you to be blind. Like, and I'm not saying there's not issues here that can't be discussed. What I'm saying is, how far down the road do we go? At what point do we go down the road so far that it's too far gone? And I understand the argument that, had there been a technology that you wouldn't have to see your brother go through what he went through. And I understand that. And I mean, like I said, your brother went through that because we had the technology to keep him alive at the time, and you obviously lived through something because we had the technology to keep you alive at the time, but you were still conceived of a natural process that was instituted by God. And we're moving away from that. And I keep coming back to that in kind of a broken record form, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've been up at 4:00 every day this week for work. But I do apologize for the broken record argument here. I'm sorry. I'm not as witty as I normally can be.
Look, when me and Atra argue, like, that's what it is. Like don't get me wrong. We argue all the time. And when we argue, it is literally up to the point where we are like, look, motherfucker, this is how it is. And then we're still getting along, but we're just cussing each other.
I will say this though. And so I'll deviate really quickly because I'm fading. But Atra, first of all, thank you for having the conversation, because I thrive on conversations like this.
Oh yeah.
Secondly, I like people who are willing to have somewhat of a not a perfectly circular conversation, but more of like an oval conversation.
Yeah.
Where the orbit's just a little bit different, right? Mm-hmm. Because if we can keep circling back around and hitting somewhat of the same points, but altering them as we go on, we get to learn more as the conversation goes on.
Yeah.
And I did, as I had the conversation with you just now. If I were more on it tonight, I feel I could give you a better conversation, but I'm gone, man.
No, I understand.
So,
but no, I get it.
I'm right there with you, Royce. Today is the first day I've had off in 6 days. But I haven't actually rested in about a month and a half. So
I don't rest. I'm always at darkest. I'm always working. If I'm even when I'm at rest, I'm somehow working on something. I don't get rest. The one thing I would say, just because I do want to try and respond the best way that I can, I'm not entirely on it because I wouldn't expect it to have heavy conversation after fucking forever.
and
He
hunger and
invites
fucking
me
face
here, and
paint, I
everybody
figured
goes
it
from
is.
fun conversation to the bullshit that I bring in. So I apologize.
And then I've had to, just because of what I've got coming up for myself in my life, I've had to swear off alcohol for a bit too. gotta clean it up. What I would say is a lot of it comes down to what as an individual basis, because as much as this is, and a lot of things are societal problems, the one thing we have to also acknowledge, and this is going to be a far segue from what we're saying, but I'm going to try and bring it back around to a sense, to the sense. What we consider moral of today wasn't even considered moral as much as like 30, 40 years ago. I like to use this example a lot just because of both shock value, but also the big reality of what it was. You look at Jerry Lee Lewis. He married his 13-year-old cousin. Now, the shocking thing was not that he married a 13-year-old, not that he married his cousin. It was that she was both. And that was the cause of the big uproar.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
That
like I
was the
said,
morality of then, and then look at how we evolve now. Like now, that dude, and even then, he still made it and had a fairly decent career as a music. He did that shit. Now he would be fucking crucified.
well,
Somehow, some way, he would be, at least societally speaking, certainly throughout the music industry, probably crucified because of just everything that's going on, that has gone on for the last 2 years. But that's how morality has developed now. So while we can say now and look through it now and wonder how far away from God, things and technology and medicine and down to just conception could go, with morality changes with morality changing as we evolve and we have new experiences and we look at things and learn more, we can't necessarily say that the morality of even today that we even feel will be the same morality that we have 10 or 12 years from now. And we certainly could still have that way. But I'm just saying there is that possibility for more things to come that changes that.
Well, and you're not wrong. And the Jerry Lee Lewis thing, and like I said, I love that, being a music guy myself and knowing that history. That very, very small time frame there. If you actually go back throughout the ages and you start looking at the common moralities and the common things that were acceptable, for the most part, believe it or not, you have ebbs and flows.
Yep.
Humans really haven't changed on the morality front. You go back thousands of years and you look at the ebbs and flows and the upticks and the downticks, exactly what you just described with Jerry Lee Lewis. You will see kings and queens have done. You will see, the things that we deal with now, that we struggle with now, with men and women thinking they're men, like the transgender movement, things like that. You see the sexual revolutions. You see. And then the sexual revolution of the 1960s was not the first, and it will not be the last.
Yeah.
You go back thousands of years and you really start to see morality in humans has not evolved. Not very much. It's changed based off of a couple of things with technology, because technology does alter things a little bit. But not as radically as you would think if you look back into the history of mankind. I can give you one more minute, buddy, and I will listen to your answer as much as I can. I do got to get going. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I would just like to add, I agree, there's certainly ebbs and flows, because you can look back at the Victorian days with the kinky shit that they got into, and certainly with just the morality of things. Like you had the medieval times in the early and I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know if it stretched into the Victorian times, but how the nobles were they judged themselves on beauty and how fat they could be. But then you look at the 80s and 90s, and it's oh no, it's how skinny and basically how fucking much like Arnold you could be, and those bodybuilders of the day. So and that was the height of Hollywood, which is the nobles of today.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, I agree. Yeah, and it's definitely. Damn it! God, I wish I wasn't so tired because I want to keep going with this. I'm just, man, I'm gone, dude. Like I said, I'm getting back to, I got the new job and I could start a little later in the morning, but I can also start earlier. And so I was like, I'll start a little later and sleep in. And I have felt like shit for like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week, and like I do barely be unable to make it through the afternoon. So tired, like terrified I'm going to fall asleep at work because I don't want to do that. And this week, just some things happened and I had to be up at the time I used to wake up, which is like anywhere between 4 o'clock and about 4:30, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
If I shower the night before, and I can wake up quick, I can be, I wake up at 4:30, but usually it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I've done it this week, making it through my afternoons just fine. Feel a little bit more clear headed. I'm still tired, and I'm not to say that I'm not, but I just feel more natural. And I'm like, damn it, now I got to start waking up at 4 o'clock again. So I'm a little gone.
Oh no, I know the worst shift I've ever had to work was 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, I work. I'm in the office at 5:30, and I work from 5:30 to 4. That's what I do. So, but here's the thing: is I don't. My company, they wouldn't give a shit if I showed up at 7 in the morning, as long as I work the hours, because I'm a salaried employee. As long as I work the hours that I'm required to work, and I get things done that I need to get done. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't care if I showed up at 7. But I told them flat out today, I was like, honestly, I'd rather show up an hour earlier and be able to leave. I'd rather show up early in the morning and leave a little bit earlier in the afternoon, around 4, instead of show up 6:30, 7 o'clock and then not leave until 5, because that doesn't put me home until almost 6, and there's just that much more daylight at the end of the day. And that's, it's kind of the early bird. Don't be Adrian. You got this. Fuck off, hail the Lord. I've got to go. Sorry, I saw the chat, guys. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to come in till late.
It's okay. It's
That's all right, man.
Yep.
But no,
Boo Rad tells me to fuck off at least once a week.
Yeah. Fuck you, Boo Rad. Is Boo Rad here?
No, Boo Rad.
Boo Rad's not here.
Oh, it's okay. Just clip this for him, put it in a short, and say, "Hey, Boo Rad, Drink with Crazy has a message for you, and it's fuck you." All right, guys. I gotta get going, guys. And again, it's hopefully I'll be more awake next week. And
I got some good. I'll actually give you some good anime that I think your daughter could like too. And
that'd be cool.
Well, they're nice, solid anime.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking at stuff like, for my kids, because my big thing is, the fuck is the point in doing any of these movies or comic books or anything that like the Iron Age guys are trying to do if we're not trying to if we're not trying to put something in front of kids? Because I fundamentally disagree with adults out there like, well, I just want my good storytelling back. Well, you already had yours. What about the next generation?
Yeah.
And it's maybe because I have kids that are still little, and that's why I'm so passionate about it. But that's just that's a conversation for another time. I gotta go. You bastards keep keeping me. You sons of bitches. I blame you. I blame you for how tired I'm gonna be at work tomorrow, which is gonna be.
I can keep people talking. I am good at keeping people talking.
I'm aware, you bastard. What witchcraft is this?
Exactly.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
Later.
Later.
Okay. On that note, I actually got to sign off too.
He has experienced it, Darkish. He has experienced getting to a debate with Astra.
The fucking circular debating.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's what that's like.
Well, that's how it starts. That's how it starts if both people are being cordial. Sometimes it starts off with the motherfucker.
Listen here, motherfucker. Dr. Doom's the biggest simp for himself known to man goddamn kind.
Oh man.
Sometimes it starts off in the heated, and then it just goes into random tangents of just
Oh god.
Listen here, Thanos looks like he has a scrotum on his face and Darkseid is better.
That sack of a chin. Oh man.
Anyway,
Common
with that, guys.
Yeah.
Common Thanos did nothing wrong.
Oh, with that, we're going to end it here anyway because
Make
it's
Surfer
we've been
great
going for
again.
about 2 hours. That'll never happen, man. I'm
Did
sorry,
you say
but it'll
Dr.
never happen.
Manhattan is almightily powerful? No, Dr. Manhattan
Hell, motherfucker, look.
Oh, god damn it, Hale.
Dr.
Look,
Manhattan.
I am ready to go home. I'm ready to go to
No,
sleep
let
right
me
now.
just finish. Let me just real quick. I'll tell you exactly what Dr. Manhattan is. Dr. Manhattan is a smurfed little bastard bitch with a Bruce Wayne tiny penis sucking off the dicks of and popularity of far more powerful characters such as Silver Surfer and fucking Brainiac. Dr. Manhattan is so much of a little bitch that he is not even he wouldn't even fight and beat the Surfer in the fucking golden age.
All right.
Namor from back when he wore little scale briefs and he was nothing more than fairy wings and had the strength to fight the Hulk would cock slap Dr. Manhattan, and I fucking hate Namor, that rapey little bastard.
All right, we ended on that one.
Okay. Yep. We ended on that.
Doesn't matter.
So-
Alan Moore,
Pale.
I'll tell you, you know what? He may be DC Universe, but you know what? He's still an Alan Moore creation. And what Alan Moore does is the best stories that he has are nothing more than inspired by other characters that other people created.
All right. We ended on that. Shut the fuck up, Hale. You're wrong. I'll just tell you you're fucking wrong there. And you know you're wrong. That's why you're doing it. You're doing it to set me off. Instead, you set Asher off a little bit. So, yeah.
Oh, we can go, son.
My-
We can go. We are.
No. We ain't doing this shit. We ain't doing this shit tonight. All right, everybody. We are going to end it here. I'm gonna play the guild video, and then we will. Yep. Here we go. All right. Drop your shit, Ronan.
Okay, well, Hale dropped it much earlier. Shout out to you, Hale. Thank you for those links. But as usual, I'm on Twitch and I'm also on YouTube as well now. I'm dual streaming and everything. I haven't become affiliate. I think for the time being, I'm probably not going to be affiliate just so I can keep the dual streaming shit going. And, you know, as usual, I'm playing the Evil Wizard game just to piss off all these.
I hit the button.
Oh, okay. You hit the button. Okay.
I hit the button accidentally. All right.
No, yeah, playing Hogwarts Legacy, playing Resident Evil remake, playing Like a Dragon Ishin, all that other stuff. Just still playing that. But yeah, that's me. So go check me out over there, and if not, you suck. Or
We have a Gilded now.
Okay.
Join the Gilded.
Yes, we also have a Gilded. Join us on the Gilded.
We have a Discord as well.
Yeah,
Neither one of them cost you money, but you
like to be
can
in the
support the channel on the
communist page, yeah.
Discord. You can support the channel on the Discord if you want to. But you can come hang out on either one if you've got either platform. We do movies. We do watch movies every now and then. We do some game. I know Eric Wart does a gaming stream on there.
Yep. He
I
does
do
Borderlands
sometimes.
often.
Yeah. So you come hang out with the rest of the community, or what's there with the community, trying to make both of those platforms grow. But I also know that Discord bans people for no fucking reason. So that's why I have the guild. Is already up, and yeah. So join the Gilded if you want. Join the welcome to the the community if you join either one of them. Like, share, subscribe this video, guys. It helps tremendously if you share out this thing after it's over or while the guild thing's going live. That helps out amazingly. Like everybody who shares it out on Twitter and whatever, and wherever you share it out to, but that helps a lot for the views. And I am working on a parasocial relationship series right now. They are about 5 to 15 minutes a piece. If you haven't checked those out, go check them out. Leave me comments. Tell me what you think about it. I'm trying to get feedback on this, on these right here, because it's something that I'm knowledgeable of it, but I'm not like a psychologist or anything like that. I'm just trying to see what you guys think about the parasocial relationships. If you don't know what a parasocial relationship is, I explained it in the first one. I don't explain it after that. So definitely check them out in at least the first one. The rest of them don't matter. You can watch them in any order after that.
Check his stuff out, especially the Grape Coon video. That's
Grape Coon video. Oh my God, the fucking Grape Coon video.
Shout out to my boy Grape Coon as always.
Grape Coon.
Grape Coon.
All right, we're gonna play the video now.
All right, have a good night, y'all.
Y'all.
The instructional video you are about to see contains information reserved for guild members and new recruits only. If for any reason the following information is leaked to an outside source, the culprit or culprits will face swift termination. That being said, welcome to the Guild of Calamitous Intent.
Congratulations. You have made an important decision to join the men and women of the Guild of Calamitous Intent. Well done! This video will provide you with the information you need to succeed in the fast-paced world of villainy, such as guild history, research and development, employee benefits, and health and safety procedures. Remember to pay close attention and enjoy the video.